Joining us today is the man, the myth, and the PE health legend, Mr. Eric Stern. Since 2007, Eric has served the school district of Palm Beach County as a curriculum administrator for physical health and driver education. Eric is also one of the leading educators by Action for Healthy Kids as a member of the Urban Wellness Coalition. He also serves on numerous executive boards and community coalitions for health and wellness for all.
It's awesome. He's done a lot of things.
Well, plus he's a really good friend. Obviously, he's a colleague, but he's also a very close friend of ours. And personally, he has helped me smooth into the role 6 years ago of health and PE curriculum specialist. So I can't wait to see and hear all the things that Eric has to say. So thanks for setting this up, Keith and Andrew. I know that you were the one who contacted Eric to make this podcast happen. Good job, boys. Good
we got
job.
connections.
You got connections. You got friends. You got friends, boys.
So your pizza fact of the week. I'm going to show you. See, you can barely see it because thin crust pizza is the most popular form of crust worldwide. Thin crust. See, that's what we do up in the Northeast. Thin crust.
I don't know about that. I do like the brick oven, which is thin. It could be thin crust.
Correct. But your pizza fact is that it's the most popular form of crust is thin. Not that Chicago stuff that we don't count.
The deep dish?
Yeah.
Huh.
Nobody counts that.
Well, do you like your thin crust to be kind of oozing with cheese and have it bend, or do you want it crispy?
I like it
I can
crispy.
go either way. I like it. I just like thin crust because you can fold it. You know, you can do different things with it. Make it, it's just, you could eat more pieces that way. If you're having a contest with your friends, you could eat probably 4 or 5 more pieces if it's thin and you can fold it. Boom, boom. That real thick stuff, not so much. Too much breading.
That's very true. Okay, well, let's get Eric Stern on. I'm so excited to ask him a few questions. So let's bring him on. Mr. Eric Stern. There he is. Are you in the office, Eric?
I'm actually in the office. This is the first time in 1 year back in the office. Wow.
Well, you just recently had surgery too on your knee, so you had some medical leave off. So this is your first, but has Florida and Palm Beach County Schools, you guys have been back in the office for some time though, correct?
Well, our district office is still closed to employees. I've been at a high school since the first week in September, helping out as an administrator in our county.
Oh, okay. All right. So then you're really this is the first time central office for a long time. So you've got the same cubicle that looks like that I work in, Cubicle City and central office. It's not these fancy offices that a lot of people think that we share, Eric.
So Principal Stern, add that to the list, huh?
Yeah. So Eric, you and I both have similar roles. We both work for a large urban school district. And, I said this in the very beginning when we were introducing you as our guest, but you really have helped hold my hand through becoming a PE teacher, health teacher, into the central office role. And many people who might be listening to this often wonder, what do we do as a health and PE coordinator or specialist for a large urban school district? What is our role? Explain what you do in Palm Beach County Schools.
Thanks, Kim, and good afternoon to my friends in Charlotte, Mecklenburg. Keith and Andrew and Kim, it's been a long time since we've seen each other in person, and I admire and respect the three of you tremendously. And I'm a fold the pizza kind of guy, so I like a little grease, a little cheese dripping off, and fold it. I'm a New Yorker at heart, so I could eat pizza every single day. Wow, Kim, yeah, there you go. Our work is done so much behind the scenes. Quite often we're not in schools every single day. We're out working with community members. We are working with school board members, leaders, elected officials as needed. Developing those resources and tools that teachers and schools need. We do go to schools as needed, but quite often we're developing content. We're working on policies and goals. So a lot of it is behind the scenes work, but it's work. It's roll your sleeves, tough work, and all you're doing is just trying to help and benefit your teachers from day one through the end of the school year, and then you keep moving forward, trying to add on what you've accomplished from the first year to the next year. You always want to increase your workload as best you can, but a lot of it's behind the scenes, Kims, as you know.
So if somebody was interested in getting our role, because a lot of people always ask me, I don't know if they ask you this, Eric, how did you get this job? What does it take to be a coordinator? What are some of the things that you would say?
Yeah, I'm asked this question almost every single day. Well, it starts with, what your professional degree is in. I happen to have a background in physical education and health education, so that's important. Secondly, I went back and got my master's in educational leadership, so I followed the right track. I went to be a school administrator, and then I went to the district level. So you have to take those steps. But really, it takes being an amazing teacher. You really have to, at your own school, become valued, become respected by your students, your families, your parents, your faculty, your colleagues, the community. I mean, really develop that great reputation. So you start at the teacher level. And then you need to expand. Like I serve in a lot of local boards in Palm Beach County, focus on health and wellness of children. I work with the health department and our local healthcare facilities on weekends, nights. It takes work. My job is not 8 to 4:30 every day. Some days you're working till 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. You're working on weekends. You're volunteering your time. But you have to put the work in. When you put all the work in, things will start lining up for you before you want to apply for a coordinator job at a district level. I'll say it from day one, work. It doesn't just take local work in your community. It takes work throughout your state, and it takes work on national levels as well. But it's work, and more work.
Right. And when you say national and state level, you also refer to like your state association, our national association, be involved, participate. Yeah. So that's great advice. Thank you.
No, Kim, you said it the best. Like I'll ask teachers, are you a member of your state and national association? And they'll say no. I'm like, well, that's one of the first steps you need to do. I've been a member of Shape America, or formerly AFERD, since 1993, and I've kept my membership up. And I've been members of many state associations, but you have to be involved.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
So, Eric, do you think when you get to central office that you should have background in all three levels, or are you okay getting in there with just, having taught at one level?
Keith, that's a fantastic question. And I did not have backgrounds at all three levels. I mainly taught at elementary and middle schools. I taught adaptive PE. And then I went to become an assistant principal for the city of New York, Department of Education. And then I went to the district level there. I am not a high school expert. I'm going to be the first one to tell you I'm not a high school expert. And when I had the first opportunity to hire somebody on my team, I went with an amazing high school teacher to fill that void that I couldn't meet. I just didn't have it. Now I can learn content and standards and benchmarks and course descriptions, but I actually never stepped foot in a high school physical education environment, teach those kids. So that was something I was definitely missing.
So, and that's interesting because, Kim in our group, she's had the high school experience. I taught 1 year of high school, but Andrew and I have spent most of our careers down at the elementary level. I mean, for me, that's such a fun level. I wouldn't trade that in for anything in the world. And that was coming out of college. You're scared because you want to coach, but then you go down to the elementary level and it's a joy to be down there for sure.
Well, I always said this. I started out elementary, middle, and high school. So I did get all three levels. But for everyone that's listening, honestly, the biggest difference between elementary and high school kids is just that high school kids are just taller. I'm serious. They're just taller.
That's true. I believe that.
It's the same relationship building as you do in elementary as you do in high school. And it's being genuine. That's the thing. High school kids, though, can spot a fake hustle. Be genuine.